Nathan Jonas Joey Jordison was an American musician and songwriter, best known as the drummer and co-founder of the metal band Slipknot as well as guitarist for horror punk band Murderdolls. Jordison grew up in Des Moines, Iowa with his parents and two sisters, and was given his first drum kit at the age of 8. He performed with many bands early in his career, then in the summer of 1995, he joined the group The Pale Ones, which would later change their name to Slipknot. Jordison played in Slipknot since their formation until his departure from the band in December 2013. Of Slipknot's 9-member lineup, which lasted from 1999 to 2010, Joey was the third to join the band. He was the drummer and founder of Scar the Martyr, which formed in 2013 and disbanded in 2016. With Slipknot, Jordison performed on 4 studio albums and produced the live album 9.0, Live. Outside his major projects, Jordison performed with other metal groups such as Rob Zombie, Metallica, Korn, Ministry, OTEP, and Satyricon. Jordison was also known for his session work, which includes performances on many albums for many artists. Jordison used several drum brands including Pearl and Drum. Before his death, he was playing for the band Sincenum. Jordison was born in Des Moines, Iowa on April 26, 1975, to Steve and Jackie Jordison. He had 2 younger sisters. He grew up in a rural area outside of Waukee where he used to play basketball on the street in front of his house. He embraced music at an early age, which he attributes to his parents' influence. They always sat me down in front of the radio, rather than the TV. He played guitar until receiving his first drum kit as a gift from his parents at age 8, and started his first band while in elementary school. Jordison's parents divorced when he was young. The children stayed with their mother. His mother remarried and set up a funeral parlor where Jordison would occasionally help. Jordison stated that he felt a sudden responsibility to be the man of the house. During this time, he formed the band Modifidius, in which he played drums. He later described them as total speed metal thrash. The band helped Jordison break new ground, playing live as support to local bands including Atomic Opera, featuring Jim Root, and Heads on the Wall, featuring Sean Crahan. He also played at a bowling center his family owned, on a night called Bolo-Rama. 6, after a multitude of lineup changes, including Craig Jones and Josh Brainerd, who would reappear in Slipknot. The band released 2 demos in 1993, Visceral and Mud Fuchsia. After leaving school, Jordison was hired by a local music store called Musicland. In March 1994, after a recommendation from his new friend, he got a job at a Sinclair garage in Urbandale. Jordison worked the night shift, which he preferred, as it left his weekends free, and allowed him to spend time with his friends and listen to music while working. 8. In early 1995, Modifidius disbanded because of a shift in interest from thrash metal to death metal in America. Following this, Jordison joined a local band called The Rejects as a guitarist, with whom he only played a couple of shows. Jordison was also involved in a band with Paul Gray and vocalist Don Decker, named Anal Blast. Gray also attempted to recruit him for another band, Body Pit, but he declined the invitation to remain in The Rejects. During the forming period of Slipknot, Paul recruited Joey to join a punk band called the Have-Nots in the spring of 1996. Joey would leave the Have-Nots in February 1997 to focus on Slipknot, but instead reformed The Rejects, which would play Des Moines up until Slipknot left to record Slipknot's self-titled album, which Paul played in after the Have-Nots broke up.